So I'm going to talk a little bit more about artificial intelligence and software development. And for those of you that think that AI is a bubble, it's definitely not a bubble. And from what I've seen, it first appeared in my coding editor that I use, and I ignored it for a while. First, it came up as like you can ask it questions, and then it changed to you can do work. And then behind the coding editor, it's a middleman between you and the AI tool, because you can basically get this AI thing to do software development for you, so you don't have to critically think and critically problem solve, because that's normally what I do all day. But you have to find like the actual AI model in the company that you think it uses, and it's going to be like one of two of them, and one of them is OpenAI. They have like some software coding agent, which I haven't looked into because the one that I use right now is one by a company called Anthropic, and it's called Claude Code. And it involves that you have to install something called, I use Windows for development at work, and it involves that you install the Windows subsystem for Linux, and that's a fancy term for it. It installs an operating system within an operating system, and then you install the software coding agents. And it's like a terminal-based thing. You get in there and you have it like initialize the agent within the project, and it looks around and it tries to figure out what it's dealing with, and it creates a markdown file, which is like a text file describing what the project is at a high level point. And then you can kind of say, well, in this page, I want to add these fields and have it do this when you click on this new button. And it will think for a bit, and then it'll just start doing the work for you. So the critical thinking has gone out the window, and now you have software developers that have the option of just farming out tasks to these software agents. And for like the pro version, it's like $20 a month. And they have things that are called tokens. And if you use up too many tokens within a certain period of time, they want you to like level up to the next level up, which for Claude Code, I think it's $200 a month instead of $20 a month. But then you could just switch to another AI coding agent from another company and just use credits for them. So there's really like no competition. But the reason why I bring this video up is this: recently there's a guy that has a pulse on this whole AI software development space. He has more of a pulse on it than I do. He told me about that Microsoft has their version of it. I'm like, oh, really? And what Microsoft does is back in 2018, they bought something called GitHub. GitHub is like it's a website where software developers, they can put all their code into, and they can do software development uh, based on that. And if you want to do work, you create things that are called pull requests and submit code changes to the project. And apparently, what Microsoft has done, they've released something called GitHub Copilot, which is like a software AI programmer that you can. It's like an assistant programmer that you can use, and you can create like an issue for a project and tell this thing what to fix, and then I guess it kind of serves as a middleman, and it picks what AI coding agent, whether it being Sonnet or OpenAI's Codex, or they have Grok, which is an Elon Musk X Twitter thing. and it will just do the work for you and then submit the pull request with the software changes in it. So you don't really have to go and install Windows subsystem for Linux and get down, because you're basically, when you get down with Claude Code, you're in a text editor typing changes, and Microsoft is, well, just use this website, because they bought GitHub back in 2018, and now they're kind of rolling in this Copilot thing into it. And if it has to search for things, it's not going to use Google to search. It's going to use Bing, because Microsoft has a search engine that no one uses, so may as well use that. And I think they have like Copilot and like the Microsoft Office 365 project, so it could potentially go through that too. But I don't know if it's actually connected with source code. But that's like the next step or evolution in this thing that I'm seeing. And it's like, oh, this is like $20 a month for this one. So it's like they're all competing. It's like web browser wars all over again, where you have Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, and Mozilla Firefox back in the day. And you have like three main companies dealing with like which web browser people are going to use. And now it's like the same thing with artificial intelligence all over again. But now software developers can just basically farm out the work to these software coding agents, and it'll do the work, and it'll submit something to you. And it's, you can kind of treat it as a rough draft. It's not like production ready code, because you just go in there and you just kind of have to adjust it, tweak it, or you have to say, well, this doesn't work. Could you just, you have to give it more detail, and it may take 2 or 3 times to fix it, but it may or may not do it. But it definitely gives you a rough draft that you can go and just touch up and then ship it. So instead of me like taking 2 hours to do something, I can have this thing do it in under 10 minutes, and then I spend 30 minutes fixing it, so I can essentially get something done in half the time. But then there's people concerned about this AI slop, which it just generates a bunch of garbage, and that's true. So it could, I mean, by garbage, I mean it's not very human readable. It could be that way. Like if someone wanted, a human had to go in and maintain it, it wouldn't be as pleasant as if a human wrote it. But um, there's just going to be a rapid increase of that kind of code being introduced into the system over time. So over time, there's going to be a whole bunch of AI slop that humans would have to wade through, but instead of humans having to wade through all the slop, you just have the machines wade through it for you. So just keep the machines over there. The machines can do it. And then I just, sit down. I'm a keyboard warrior, and I just tell little robots, go here, go there, go there. It's almost like one of those like robot vacuum cleaners where you just tell it to vacuum, and occasionally you gotta go pick it up and get it unstuck, or remove something that it sucked up that it shouldn't have, like a piece of paper or a bill or something, or hair, like a hair will get caught up into it. Um, yeah, it's here. It's evolving, and I don't think AI is a bubble, and it's not going away anytime soon. And it's changing the way I'm doing work right now. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.